John Adams was an American founding father who served as the second president of the United States from 1797 to 1801. Before his presidency, he was a leader of the American Revolution that achieved independence from Great Britain during the latter part of the Revolutionary War. And in the earlier years of the new nation, he served the U.S. government as a senior diplomat in Europe. Adams was the first person to hold the office of Vice President of the United States, serving from 1789 to 1797. We can see that this date correlates with that one. So after Vice, he became president. He was a dedicated diarist and regularly corresponded with important contemporaries, including his wife and advisor Abigail Adams, and his friend and political rival Thomas Jefferson. A lawyer and political activist prior to the Revolution, Adams was devoted to the right to counsel and presumption of innocence. He defied anti-British sentiments and successfully defended British soldiers against murder charges arising from the Boston Massacre. Adams was a Massachusetts delegate to the Continental Congress and became a leader of the Revolution. He assisted Jefferson in drafting the Declaration of Independence in 1776 and was its primary advocate in Congress. As a diplomat, he helped negotiate a peace treaty with Great Britain and secured vital governmental loans. Adams was the primary author of the Massachusetts Constitution in 1780, which influenced the United States Constitution, as did his essay, Thoughts on Government. Adams was selected to 2 terms as vice president under George Washington and was elected as the United States' second president in 1796. He was the only president elected under the banner of the Federalist Party. Adams' term was dominated by the issue of the French Revolutionary Wars, and his insistence on American neutrality led to fierce criticism from both Jeffersonian Republicans and for some in his own party, led by his rival, Alexander Hamilton. Okay, so Adams signed the controversial Alien and Sedition Acts and built up the Army and Navy in an undeclared naval war with France. He was the first president to reside at the White House. In his bid in 1800 for re-election to the presidency, opposition from Federalists and the accusations of despotism from Jeffersonians led to Adams losing to his vice president and former friend Jefferson. So he did not win the re-election. And he retired to Massachusetts. Okay, so Washington had 2 terms. John Adams had 1 and lost to Jefferson. He eventually resumed his friendship with Jefferson by initiating a continuing correspondence. So correspondence, if you're not sure, close similarity, connection, or equivalence. I think it also means kind of like sending letters one to another. He and Abigail started the Adams political family, which included their son, John Quincy Adams, the 6th president. John Adams died July 4th, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. New Englanders, Adams and his sons are the only presidents of the first 12 who never owned slaves. Historians and scholars have favorably ranked his administration. All right, so we got a lot to unpack here. I'm not so sure about I don't remember what the Federalist Party is and the French Revolutionary Wars, how that connected with Napoleon and like the French Revolution and so on. I'm pretty sure they're connected, and that's so. I'm gonna have to look into that. Let's look at some pictures we got here. A beautiful portrait of the man. Yeah, the epic presidential portrait. There's the signature. The birthplace. Abigail Adams. Boston Massacre. Another thing that I'm not so sure about. And this is Declaration of Independence. Look at them. No, this is the John Trimble's Declaration of Independence depicting the Committee of Five presenting its draft of the Declaration to the Congress in Philadelphia. All right, so that's it for this one. Good old John Adams.